Good day, ladies and gentlemen, to the Green Bridge Metals Corporate update on Commodity TV. Wow, mega contract, I can say. Green Bridge Metals signed a preliminary agreement to option the Serpentine Copper-Nickel-PGE project with large tonnages at the Duluth complex in Minnesota in the USA. The contract coincides with the US President's announcement of immediate measures to increase American mineral production. A perfect fit, I would say. The letter of intent, the LOI, was signed with Encampment Minerals, called EMI, for the Serpentine project in northern St. Louis County in Minnesota, just 5 kilometers southeast of the town of Babbitt. The project hosts a magmatic copper-nickel sulfide deposit with a national instrument called NI 43-101 compliant historical mineral resource estimate, which was completed in 2020. It includes a large-scale inferred resource of 277 million tons at 0.37% copper and 0.12% nickel, and a higher grade core with an indicated resource of 22 million tons at 0.47% copper and 0.16% nickel. The historical estimate was prepared in accordance with NI 43-101 and in accordance with generally accepted ZIM guidelines. Pursuant to the preliminary agreement, the parties will negotiate to enter into a definitive agreement under which Greenbridge has the option to earn up to 70% interest in the project on the following basis. Greenbridge would acquire a 50% interest by issuing $2 million worth of Greenbridge shares to EMI and funding $10 million in expenditures within 2 years of the execution of the option agreement. Greenbridge would also acquire a further 20% interest by issuing an additional $4 million worth of Greenbridge shares to EMI and funding an additional $15 million of expenditure, bringing the total interest to 70%. The Serpentine project is located in the Mesabi Range mining district, along the trend of several known major deposits such as Maturi 1.8 billion tons and Mesaba 2.2 billion tons, and has great infrastructure with access to roads, rail and power in close proximity to the project. The company believes that an option on the Serpentine project would be a cornerstone for rapid value creation and would complement its existing promising exploration portfolio along the South Contact Zone. Greenbridge Metals also announced the initial results of a VTAM geophysical survey at Titec, which is part of the South Contact Zone project. Initial review indicates that the oxide ultramafic intrusions hosting the titanium resource with 40.6 million tons at 15% titanium dioxide at Titec South and the known titanium and copper mineralization at Titec North are clearly defined by magnetic highs. During this survey, 5 additional magnetic highs were identified that have very high potential as drill targets for similar titanium, vanadium and copper mineralization. The southern anomalies in the vexed area have been drilled in the past and have the potential for titanium and vanadium mineralization, but have not been assayed for these metals. The Titec East project has a strong magnetic anomaly and is high on the list for exploration drilling. Overall, the company is encouraged by these results and the prospects across the Titec property. The company currently holds permits for drilling in the Titec South and Titec North areas with the aim of expanding the titanium resource at Titec South and producing an initial resource for Titec North. The potential titanium is interesting in this context. Titanium stands for its strength and versatility. It is used primarily in the defense industry, aviation, automotive engineering, medical technology and industry. From pigments to jet engines, the titanium dioxide market was worth $24 billion last year. The annual growth rate is just under 4% annually, as said, from 2023 to 2030. The USA, the European Union, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia and Japan already classified it as a critical metal. However, there are serious supply problems on the market and regional deficits due to increased armaments activity worldwide. The growing dominance of the Chinese in the global pigment market is also leading to supply shortages of high-quality titanium dioxide such as rutile. The major producers are already feeling the pressure, which provides great opportunities for exploration companies as long-term stocks need to be replenished. A new exciting market, I would say. You can also find all the information on our Commodity TV app in German and English, as well as everything to do with commodities. Please note the disclaimer. The share discussed is part of the SRC Mining Specialist Situation Certificate, and I am direct or indirect a shareholder. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.